Hey everybody, Falcon Genie here. And you know what I noticed in all these so-called games, and all these games, like in not just games, but also games like Genshin Impact, Grand Theft Auto, or like all these so-called games that have and every other copycat game out there like Genshin Impact, they have a very extremely scammy system of money and how they obtain it, so that way you could pay to beat the game. Why do these companies do this, everyone? Because they think they can get away with it, or they just want to make money. And I know we all want to make money. We all want to slice that American dream, but I have to tell you something. I have to tell you something, everyone. The reality is there's an ethical way to do it, because the reality is a lot of these companies that are scamming and price gouging their child audience and hooking them up to gambling, basically teaching kids to gamble and to become gambling addicts, stealing their parents' credit cards. Anyways, everyone, why am I talking about this? Because, everybody, for far too long, I've seen these companies using, because I've seen for far too long these so-called companies, these so-called gaming companies, not just gaming companies, try to like sell subscriptions to their audience, because first of all, we don't know people's financial, basically people's financial health is going to be like, everybody, when it comes to these companies trying to use scammy systems to scam their child audience. Worst of all, they're trying to influence their child audience to like steal credit cards and all that stuff, these games that they play. Even though some of the games are actually set for adults, basically, like Grand Theft Auto. Even though Genshin Impact is for kids, but games like Grand Theft Auto, it's set for adults. When clearly, kids should not be playing those games. That's beside the point, everyone. Why do these companies like set up these so-called confusing systems they do? Why? It's to scam their child audience to become gambling addicts, everyone. That's how these companies earn money. They do it unethically because they know they can get away with it. But let's just say these companies, these companies think they can get away with it. They think they can get away with it. I'm going to make some music, everybody. Anyways, everybody, that's some good music. And let's just say these companies setting up these so-called scammy systems to make money, well, guess what? These companies, they really need to stop doing it, because you know why? I'm just saying, everybody, because these companies that do these scammy stuff to scam their child audience, like making them steal their parents' credit card number and do all that stuff for just to pay to beat the game. I really hate those kinds of games where they basically are forcing you to pay to beat the game. I hate those kind of games that do that. And the developers, they know they're smug about it. And let's just say they're not going to last long in the gaming industry. They're not going to last long in the game. Everyone. They're not going to last long in the gaming industry. These so-called smug gaming companies thinking they can just simply price gouge their prices just to beat the game. Guess what? I've got news for them. Oh, have I got news for them? Because everybody, I have good news. Because these companies, like Genshin Impact, are getting sued by the FTC. Why? For scamming their child audience. and they have to be forced to pay millions of dollars by the FTC to change their system not to confuse their child audience. And I say, cool, good. Because we don't need scum companies try to price gouge their audience and try to like render their parents' money broke all because their child want to beat the game. And these scumbag companies, they know they can get away with these scumbag companies. They really need to stop doing that kind of BS. They need to stop because these companies, they got to stop doing that. Love that kind of music, everybody. Anyways, these companies, they really can't be. If these companies are going to continue to scam young children, they shouldn't even be doing business in America. They clearly should not be doing business, and that's what I have to say. Because why? We can't allow these companies to hold up. Before I go on, I want to create my second music, everybody. Let's create this one. Love that. Anyways, everybody, we can't allow these companies to scam their audience, or should I say their child audience, out of their money. Why? Because their minds are still developing. And if these companies are going to hook our kids into addictions, they should not do business in America. And if you're going to scam your audience of their money, you should lose your platform. No one should give you money ever again. And if you flaunt your wealth on Instagram, now you're doing your part in self-snitching. Perfect way for the feds to come knocking at your door, whisking you away in handcuffs. Because that's what scammers get, everybody. All those scammers out there who want to scam their audience, you can keep deluding yourself. You can get away with it so many times, scammers. But remember, it only takes one time to get caught, and you're done for. All these so-called Genshin Impact, all these so-called scammers out there, these gaming companies, these scamming gaming companies that want to scam their child audience of their money, keep deluding yourselves, because guess what? One day it's going to come to you, and you will regret it. You will lose everything you worked hard for. And if you scamming companies want to keep taking the easy and lazy way out because you know you could get away with it, you can get away with it so many times, scammers. You can get away with it so many times. But remember, it only takes one time to get caught, and you're done for. Because these scammers, you're not going to get away with your crimes. You're not going to get away with stealing people's money, stealing people's hard-earned money, all because you couldn't control your greed. That's why you're price gouging your audience. All because you couldn't control your greed. And exactly, you know what's the root cause of the whole systems between communism and unfettered capitalism? You know what's the root cause? Don't get me wrong, there are greedy capitalists, but at the same time there are also greedy socialists too. But you know what's the main cause? Greed. Greed is what's the cause of all the problems, rather be in capitalism or in communism. Because these greedy corporations, they may be capitalists, yeah, there are greedy capitalists, but greedy capitalists are the reason why they create systems like communism and feudalism. Because these greedy people are the reason why they can't even control their greed. Exactly, greed is the reason why people can't get ahead. Greed is the reason why people have a hard time getting money. It's greed, people's greed. Again, it's people being greedy and people can't control their greed. People don't control their greed. And that's the root cause. Greed. And that's all I pretty much have to say, everybody. If you like this video, like, comment, share, and subscribe, everybody. Please share this video and get this message out. And anyways, fight, like I always say, everybody, fight this degenerate agenda.